Defense Production Act. Joining me now, Daniel Turner, founder and executive director of Power the Future. Daniel, now forget the invasion at the southern border. 8 million and counting who've come across. Carbon is the real enemy that we need to rally against, and invoking a Cold War era policy, the Defense Production Act. Tell us about that.
Yeah, and your analogy to what happened during COVID with masks is spot on. Once the government is able to declare something emergency, it seems their powers are limitless. You recall the government was allowed to tell you to stop going to church on Sunday. They kept you at home. They closed your business. And only if you had powerful lobbyist connections were you able to continue to operate. But otherwise, the government was in control. And of course, government leaders exempted themselves from those provisions, right? Governor Newsom went to dinner. Nancy Pelosi got her hair done. And so they're using the same power for the climate. And it's because it's power, right? If you are a statist, if you believe in government power, if you're a little tyrant, as many in the Biden administration are, look at the way they use technology and the social media to control your freedom of speech. If you are a little tyrant, you love invoking some sort of an emergency because your powers become absolutely limitless. And this is what Biden is doing.
Now, this is going to give like more than $100 million in grants and to force the production of these electric heaters and electric heat pumps, electric stoves, getting away from gas stoves. Why is that important to them, really, Daniel? Why is that such a bug in their bonnet?
Fossil fuels are freedom. Fossil fuels are the ability to move undetected, untethered by government action, right? That's why the environmental left loves EVs, because if you have a gas-powered car, you can just get in it and go. But if you have an electric car, well, we may decide whether or not you get electricity. We may decide whether or not you can actually access your car. EVs, that's why China loves electric vehicles. EVs are about control. Fossil fuels are freedom. Think of the fossil fuels in your house. Heck, you do lose power, but if you have a gas-powered stove, if you have a gas-powered hot water heater, life can continue. Same with a gas-powered generator. So they like, the environmental movement likes all of these electric-powered things because it makes you reliant on government and it makes you reliant on them providing electricity for you. So this is the huge push. And you have to ask the president, or you just showed that image of the Secretary of Energy, Jennifer Granholm. You have to ask Jennifer Granholm, if she's watching, if these were such viable technologies, if they were so good, why do you have to force them? Why do you have to use government action, coercive action, to force them on us?
Well, they're flopping, and China's going to dominate the EV market. They're already beginning to. But this is just breaking before the show. New Jersey advanced media reporting that the state will require all new car sales to be electric, all, by 2035. Daniel, they are coming for your cars, and now they want you to go EV, but soon they don't want you to have any car at all, if you ask me.
Absolutely. And this is, the government has to use this authority. They have to use the coercive power they have to force this on the American people. We did a poll on this at powerthefuture.com. It was overwhelmingly unpopular. In New Jersey, we polled New Jerseyans, and they oppose this mandate because they like their cars, because they like their freedom. And America is a car culture, right? It's part of our 1960s rock and roll songs.
Oh, they don't like America. Yeah.
They don't like America. They don't like freedom.
Want America to be free.
And they don't like freedom, and that is why they're
Daniel,
pushing.
Freedom of movement, freedom of association. No, that doesn't work with the New World Order. Daniel, you've been on top of this from the beginning. We got to resist this at every turn. And a Republican